I said, Lucy, tell me your best VCU memory. I wanted to hear it from like a kid. We all have great VCU memories. And Lucy said, she thought about it for a second. She said, that one time we beat Syracuse. I was like, all right, that's interesting. Well, tell me about that. She's like, yeah, and I thought about it. Here she is. She was like 10 years old, and we're playing in the Bahamas, and we beat Syracuse. And you guys are going to have memories just like that. And Megan, I have to tell you, here, I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but here in this building, it goes very quickly. I mean, Dr. Rao, what was it, like 3 weeks ago that we were on that bus heading to Houston with Miguel and Aiden, and they were both under 5, and I was just worried that my kids were just going to run up and down. And Ed, I think it was like a day and a half ago that we were in Atlantis and waiting for a bus, and Hannah was 12 years old, and I thought to myself, we're all going to work for Hannah one day after having a conversation with Hannah, and as it turns out, it's probably right. We're all going to do that. So it goes by fast, and you are in a community that's going to love you, and you're going to love living in Richmond, Virginia, and so we welcome you. All right, so about a week ago, I was in Denver, a week and a day ago, and it was the Wednesday practice. You guys were taking shots, and it was, we're just kind of getting used to things on the Wednesday practice. And this Denver columnist, this newspaper columnist, comes up to me. He had a little bit of kind of an attitude about it. I couldn't understand like his tone, but he looks at me and he says, hey, why is VCU so good? And he just paused. And I thought to myself, well, it kind of struck me. Like he had kind of like a twitch. He's like, why is VCU so good? And I thought about it for a split second, and first of all, I thought, man, that's pretty cool. Here we are 1,800 miles away from the Siegel Center, and I've got a guy in Denver, Colorado, asking me why VCU is so good. And I answered him this way. I said, first of all, we have phenomenal players, is what we do. We have great, great players. And also at this school, we hire sensational coaches that then take these players to heights that we have never seen before. We've done that each and every step of the way. But honestly, it does not stop there. When you look at the banners behind us, and it is hard to get those banners, it cannot stop at the coaches. There has to be alignment with not only the players, you guys have to do what your coaches want to do, and the coaches with our administration here at VCU. And that alignment is no better anywhere in the country than it is here at the VCU Athletic Department with our athletic director, Ed McLaughlin, for sure. But believe it or not, it can't stop there either. If it gets sideways after Ed McLaughlin, our president's office, we cannot have the success that we have in getting all these banners that we have here in the Siegel Center. And so, Dr. Rao, again, congratulations on a phenomenal day and for doing phenomenal things here. And we'll talk more about that in a moment. But even there, it does not end with Dr. Rao. There's got to be alignment between what Dr. Rao wants and our Board of Visitors. And we have a sensational Board of Visitors who often do not get credit in situations like this. So I'd like to bring to the stage Todd Haymore, who is in his 8th year as a member of our Board of Visitors, and he is the director of the BOV, and he will talk. And ironically, speaking of family, I'm pretty sure that Todd's daughter Lily and my son Riley are actually in the same English class right now. Small world, biggest small town in the state, in the world, I'm telling you right now. So Todd.
Thanks. Robbie, thank you. Yes, and I can vouch. I know my daughter and your son are together in English class. No skipping school today, so we're in good shape. Thank you. Well, good morning, Ram Nation. It is an honor to be with you. As Robbie said, my name is Todd Haymore. I am rector of the VCU Board of Visitors, and so honored to be with you today. And on behalf of the entire Board of Visitors, let me extend everyone a very warm welcome. And I want to recognize my colleague, Tyrone Nelson, also of the board. Tyrone's been on with 8 years. Tyrone, thanks for your service and your dedication to VCU. Really do appreciate it. I would be remiss if I didn't recognize my good friend, there he is right there, former Rector Stuart Siegel. Stuart, thanks for letting us use your arena today. It's always great to be in the stew. I also want to extend a very warm welcome to the Martelli family. Congratulations on making your way to Richmond, Virginia. This is a great community, and I think you'll learn very quickly, it's already been mentioned, how much this community embraces this team and VCU as its own. So excited to have you all here. Coach, as rector, I do have some influence here at the university. We provide governance oversight. One of the things that I checked on this morning with Eddie Mack was my eligibility.
Everyone's got eligibility this day.
Well, Eddie Mack tells me I don't have eligibility. It ran out in 1991 for some reason. So consider that your first victory. You do not have to worry about a 6'1", 55-year-old has-been whose high school basketball coach said I moved like I had a baby grand piano on my back. And I was 16, so already notched your first victory. With that, let's think about the reasons that we are here today. ESPN recently reported that VCU's men's basketball coach is perhaps the best basketball job outside of the Power Conference. I tend to agree with that. I may be biased, but I do agree with that. And many of the reasons for that powerful designation is leadership. And it's been said before, but I'm going to say it again. The leadership that's been provided by President Rao and Ed McLaughlin, your constant and steadfast support of this program needs to be recognized. And thank you for your dedication and your hard work, because I know how much, after being on the board for 8 years, I know how much goes into that. So congratulations for all that you have done to make and keep VCU a basketball powerhouse. Last season, just a few weeks ago, I was honored to have a chance to say a few words to the team after practice one day. I gave them an overview of what the Board of Visitors does for the university, and particularly supporting our student athletes. And just as important, I reminded them that win or lose, they are incredible ambassadors for VCU as people across the region, across the state, across the country, and around the world watch them play. And we know that this national and international exposure gives people the chance to dig in a little bit deeper and find out what a great, great institution of higher learning that VCU is. And that is so important for our future growth, both in terms of enrollment, but also in reputation. So thank you guys for the role that you all play as student athletes, and everything that you do to promote VCU, again, around the country and around the world. And indeed, the board appreciates the success of our student athletes, the athletic success. But more importantly, we sincerely appreciate the academic success, and this comes back around to obviously the team and Eddie Mack and his team. The academic success enjoyed by our student athletes is so important, and we just announced, just last week or 2 weeks ago now, that for the first time in school history, every program under Eddie Mack's leadership has recorded a team GPA of 3.0 or higher. Congratulations. Coach, we know that you share the same commitment to developing student athletes who are going to be champions both on and off the court. And because of that shared commitment, we are so excited about the journey ahead. And please know that the board believes in you. We believe in the program, we believe in this team, and we believe in your leadership. And we can't wait to be in this building just a few short months from now, cheering you on to future success. So again, on behalf of the Board of Visitors, please know how welcomed you are, and congratulations on this new opportunity. It is now my great honor to introduce the 6th president of VCU's illustrious history, and I would argue its greatest president. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a very warm VCU welcome to President Mike Rao.
Thank you, Todd. Good morning. Thank you very much, Rector Haymore, for that really, really nice introduction. I don't know that anyone's ever said I was the greatest president anywhere, but thank you. Listen, on behalf of Ram Nation, we're very, very pleased to welcome Coach Phil Martelli Jr. to VCU. That's why we're all here together. Monica also joins me in welcoming Megan, Mara, Philip, and Nathan. Delighted that you're all here. And Coach, you grew up in a family environment that was very basketball-centric, to say the least. Your father, the successful longtime coach, Phil Martelli Sr. Tremendous long tenure as a coach, and welcome, sir. Delighted that you're here with us and your wife. So, you know, when there are transitions and changes, and just remind us all that there always will be, we really see them as opportunities to lift our organization to new heights. And it's the only way we can look at it, because these are heights that we might not have been able to imagine just a few years ago. So I'm here today, more than anything, to tell you that great things are coming. Great things are coming VCU's way. We'll win like we have never won before. VCU is going to capture the attention of the world. ESPN is going to talk about this as the hottest program in the country, not outside of any other group, certainly not outside of any power group. And we will inspire greatness everywhere. Everyone will have their eyes on VCU and Ram Nation. It's because of you guys, by the way. Our student athletes will reach their highest human potential and succeed in every aspect of their lives. These, fellow Rams, are our next steps. This, fellow Rams, will be our time, because VCU embodies the American dream for all human beings who are part of this great journey. And I mean all human beings. I enjoyed the opportunity, Coach, to speak with you yesterday, together with our athletics director, Ed McLaughlin. And I was so pleased to hear that you share our ambition and drive to be the very, very best. And you've committed to take us to the next level, because that's what we have as an expectation for you, and we know that you'll fulfill it. You understand that being the best begins with that vision, an unmatchable drive, hard work, and a commitment to the lives of all of our student athletes, and that we will all win in every way. This program is really about the success of all of our student athletes. Our student athletes are here to succeed academically in school, and you are doing that, and strategically on the court. We play to win in all aspects of life at VCU, and that includes as people, as human beings, as learners, as leaders, and of course in games and tournaments. We value people. We value all human beings. A successful program is a successful program when it helps raise all of its peoples to a level that enable them to see and realize the very, very best of their human potential. The only thing that sometimes gets in the way is our minds. Monica reminds me of that every day, because anything is possible, and you guys have helped us to see that. Last fall, our VCU athletes posted a GPA of 3.5. That's amazing. So all of our student athletes are really role models for all VCU students, and I'm arguing that VCU student athletes are the model for student athletes throughout the entire NCAA. Our student athletes' academic success matches their athletic success. They work hard and they win. Last year, our teams won 6 conference championships and produced 16 individual conference champions. This year, these guys, who I love, I'm so grateful to all of you. So grateful for the energy that you bring to this program. So grateful for all of the ways in which you have elevated this entire university, not just its basketball program. They won our conference championship. And you know, I could feel it when you went in, when you went into that championship, when you went into that tournament. I could feel it. Your energy was, we're going to win this. And that's why you did it. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you, because that's a life lesson for every one of us in every way. Not just what you did on that court, but the spirit that came from each of you and how interconnected all of you were. It was beautiful, just beautiful to see. I'm so proud of you. It's a lesson for me. It's a lesson for me whenever I look at anything difficult that I have to do. I think of people like you, my students, who I adore, who knew that they could win anything, and you did. I'm so proud of you. And I have to tell you that while this season is done, it's really the beginning of a new era. I'm very, very grateful for so much of what has gone so well here. Let me also express my gratitude to Ed McLaughlin. I want to thank you for your fostering a championship culture. I want to thank you for being focused on student athletes and their success. Coach, your VCU team is going to continue this exciting brand of basketball that we have here. We have fans literally all over the world. It's interesting to be in other places and to have a VCU shirt on, and almost everywhere I go, somebody will say, I know VCU and I love you guys. I love the Rams. And you're going to bring your own brand of coaching, and I'm really excited about that too. I owe some more gratitude to others. I want to say thank you to an incredibly enthusiastic and high-energy student body from every imaginable, beautiful background, perspective, and life experience. You all are truly a microcosm of this world that we live in. And we're going where you show us we're going, and we're proud of you. The most loyal alumni and fans. Coach, you walk into a great situation here, just a great situation. Everybody's always interested in VCU because we bring so many fans wherever we go, no matter how far away we go. It's amazing, just amazing. And donors, a lot of you in this room are people who are the real investors. You're investing in student athletes. You're investing in the best leadership that's emerging now in this next generation, the next greatest generation of Americans. I'm so proud of you guys, but I'm grateful to them for investing in you. And I want to thank all of you for a commitment to successful athletics and that translation to a successful university. This is an ever-rising men's basketball program and athletics environment, student-athlete environment. So, Ram Nation, fasten your seatbelts. We're taking off again, and this time we're going to get higher than we've ever gone. Thank you to all of you for your tremendous support and for your faith and belief in VCU as the best, because we are, and that's because of all of you. Thank you. And I was supposed to introduce our athletics director, Ed McLaughlin.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let's try that again. I mean, like, we're telling them it's 8,000 people going to be wild in here, and then we get like a sort of lukewarm good morning. Let's try that again. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I can always count on the peppers. Well, welcome, everybody. I'm going to do the honors of introducing our coach, but I'll say a few things beforehand. First of all, thanks to Dr. Rao and the Board of Visitors members who are here, and our University Administration, my colleagues who are here. Really appreciate your support to make this whole thing happen. Obviously, I want to thank the Pep Band because they are the heartbeat of this building. I want to thank my partner Annette, who's here, who's had incredible patience the last week as I've been traveling around a little bit in nailing down our head coach. And it's never an easy process to go through to hire a basketball coach here, but we got another good one, and I can tell you that. So thanks everyone for your support. So a lot of people know, well, first before I do that too, I want to thank the young men who are sitting right here. Absolutely. I think the energy that Dr. Rao was talking about is directly from Phil Russell. I think you see that energy before on the floor a little bit. It's a little different energy, Phil. I'll say that, but you know we love it. And but I'm so proud of what this group has accomplished this year, and so excited for what the group will accomplish as we go forward under Coach Martelli. So everybody knows Coach Martelli's from Philadelphia, and I think there's a lot of probably parallels between Philadelphia and Richmond. We're both cities steeped in history and tradition. You know, you all know the traditions about Philly and the Liberty Bell and cheesesteaks and all that. You know, but the really big tradition and the big thing in Philadelphia is basketball. There really is. And it's not just basketball in general, but it's college basketball. And Philadelphia is a city that is steeped in tradition of college basketball, in history, and just some amazing stories that come out. Not only places to play like the Palestra, but just the names and faces that have come through Philadelphia college basketball. I think that city going forward is Richmond, and we've certainly started a tradition and a history in the city of Richmond in this building, and what we've accomplished and what we're going to accomplish going forward. It's really the biggest thing that happens in this town during the wintertime and all year long is when this building is filled up with 8,000 people when we're playing college basketball. And it's what we do for the community. It's how we develop these young men into leaders. That's what I'm excited to introduce the Martelli family to and really make this incredible next chapter in VCU. So what we look for when we started this search just over a week ago, what we look for is I wanted someone who has been a head coach and has had championship experience. To be here at VCU, you have to know what it's like to be a champion, because that's what we are. We're champions. We've done it a bunch. We'll keep doing it. I thought it was really important to have some level of experience in understanding basketball at the highest level in the NBA and have an experience working with NBA players. Because we want our student athletes to reach their dreams. There's not a guy in this row here who doesn't believe he should be playing in the NBA when he's done playing college basketball. And that's what we want. We want belief like that. We want to send guys to the highest level because I want people to reach their dreams. And I said in the team meeting that we had on Saturday, VCU is a place where you reach your dreams, right? We talked about that just the other day. And that's what I want them to do. On all of their recruiting visits, I talked about that. And I want people to reach their dreams here at VCU. And we want these guys to go to the highest level and play basketball for as long as they can. Because I know once they're done playing basketball, they'll be ready for life. So we want someone that has experience at that highest level. I do think playing the game the way that it's played at the highest level going forward is important too. The game of basketball has changed so much. And playing a high energy, high offense, really continuing that tradition of what we're doing is important. And I wanted someone who's had great mentors. I want someone who understands what it's like to develop young people and has great mentors along the way. And that's what Phil Martelli is. He's all those things. He's obviously done a great job the last few years at Bryant. And built that program into a championship level program. And what he inherited was not a championship level program. And they've had no tradition and no history. And he built that there. He's had championship level experience along the way as an assistant. He's been at the NBA level. He's done all those things. And obviously, throughout his life, he's had great mentors. And that's what we wanted when we went through this process, and that's what we got. Now, a little bit about Phil, some fun facts we'll give you, because there's an argument he's the least talented member of his family. It's an argument. He's the least talented member. So Phil's brother-in-law, Pat, who's not here today, works for the Philadelphia Eagles, the world champion Philadelphia Eagles. I figured that gets some booze with all the Commanders fans in the room, but Phil's brother, Jimmy, who's here today, is one of our former assistant coaches. We love you, Coach Telly. Phil's wife, Megan, was a very good college basketball player and played for the national championship. Phil's mom, Judy, was also a very good college basketball player, and her team in college is in the Basketball Hall of Fame. There was a movie made out of them. And Phil's dad, but by the way, that's the first time you've ever gotten an ovation in any way in this building. That's pretty good. Congratulations. That's pretty good. Yeah, well, you were maybe your last time, right? But Phil's dad is the second all-time winningest coach in the Atlantic 10. It's unbelievable. So, I mean, just an incredible family, and so happy to have them back here at VCU. Some other fun facts. Phil is the first bald coach we've had since 10 years. The last guy, although, who was bald, he's now got hair, so maybe there's hope for you, brother. You never know. It could grow up, but I think what the most important thing about Phil is, his leadership. He was a team captain at St. Joe's, and his co-captain when he was there was a guy named Jameer Nelson, who had an incredible career in the NBA, just an incredible career. And, to me, it's about leadership. This is all about leadership. I've seen his ability to lead over the last 19 years that I've known Phil. And, the way he connects with people, the way he develops deep relationships with people, the way he develops young people into really great versions of themselves. His ability to excel in basketball is fantastic. And obviously, he learned that from an early age. But the way he connects with people and leads is what's super important to me. I've said a bunch, and I know a lot of our folks here have heard me say it before. The best leaders are great teammates. The best leaders are great teammates. And, Phil will often refer to himself as a teammate first. But for us going forward, I'm so excited to have an incredible leader and an incredible teammate for this next chapter of VCU basketball. Coach Phil Martelli.
Thank you all. Thank you, Ram Nation. I want all of you to stay standing. I want all of you, everybody sitting in this section, stand up. Yeah. Give them a real round of applause. First, give them a round of applause because they are champions, and that is a very, very special thing. That group won a championship this year and deserves to be recognized as many times as they can. I'll be brief because they are anxious to get back to the gym. I'm anxious to hear the balls bouncing. I'm anxious to hear the sneakers squeaking. I want to make sure that they have time to do that on top of getting their schoolwork done and doing that. But to that entire group, thank you. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for the work you've put in. The players, certainly, the staff members that are still here, all of you guys. I appreciate what you've done to keep this thing going. At a lot of places, there's a coaching change, and everybody scatters. They think like, all right, well, it's like a mini vacation. Like, let me go run and go see my girlfriend or go home for a minute or, everybody. Coaches, staff, I've seen it, players, I've seen it at different places. When Ed and I first started talking, I heard that these guys are still in the gym every day working out. And we had dinner last night, and they're talking about coming back to play pickup later last night. The staff members still being around and work being done. That's a special thing. And it's a credit to the leadership here, but the fact that you guys are still doing that shows what your commitment is, And I'm excited to get to work with you because we got big things ahead. So thank you guys. Thank you, Mr. Haymore, the board. It's nice to meet all of you, and eventually we'll be able to sit down and get in depth and meet everybody. Dr. Rao, thank you so much. Your leadership and your vision, not just for obviously men's basketball, not just for athletics, but for this university. I mean, when you come to Richmond, all you see is VCU. It is VCU and Richmond are one and the same, and that's because of your leadership. Thank you, Ed. As Ed said, we've known each other. We started, I can't remember if it was the same day, week, month, but it was pretty close back at Niagara University. Back when I had hair, and you still had that. It wasn't as gray, though. It wasn't gray, but he did have that, even back then. But thank you to everyone who was involved in the process. And there's one in particular who will not let me say his name. I think most of you probably have an idea of who that is. It begins with an M and ends with a Mac, ends with an AC. All right, see, I screwed up. He's going to be really mad at me, but that's okay. Thank you to all of you, all of Ram Nation, for all of you that are here today, to take your time out on it's a Thursday, right? My days of the week are, I'm not even sure what they are right now, but to come out on a Thursday morning to be here just shows the level of commitment, and I'm forever grateful to each and every one of you and all your friends who will be filling this place up, as they said, in a couple short months. Robbie, thank you for the early introduction. What is your problem with opposing media? Why are you always in fights with opposing media? We're going to have to get extra security just for you. Jeez. But thank you for all you do. Thank you to the Peppas. Big thank you to the Peppas. I have long been in awe of you from that first time that I walked into wherever it was and saw you guys and heard you guys, and I can't dance, I can't sing, but I'll bob my head and tap my toe along with you anytime. I don't know how many requests you take, but maybe we'll throw some requests out there. My wife and kids are a little better with the music. Anything Taylor Swift, we'll have my daughter Mara, super excited. So thank you guys, and glad to be with you. I have to also give a huge thank you to the people at Bryant University. And it was emotional yesterday when I said goodbye to them. President Ross Cattell, Athletic Director Bill Smith, their cabinets and administrations, the coaching staff, a couple of those guys are actually made the drive to be here today, Ryan Daly and Chris Cole. Our players there, they have made all of this possible for me. I'd be nowhere without them. And if it weren't for their belief, their hard work, their commitment each day, there's no chance I'd be standing here today, and who knows where I'd be. But, I am forever indebted to each and every one of those people at that fantastic school. And as I told them, outside of VCU, I'm rooting like hell for them every game until we see them in the NCAA tournament, and then we have to take care of business. But outside of that, they know they have a huge fan in me and my family. And it was going to take something really special to get us out of there. We've been there 7 years, watched our family grow in 7 years there, and they embraced us. And you can already feel that love and that warmth here in the way we've been embraced just in these last, what have we been here, not even 24 hours. So thank you to everybody at Bryant. So Ed mentioned dreams. I stand before you as someone who, as a 12-year-old, had a dream to be a Division I head coach. It just so happens to coincide with the time where I kind of realized, looking around, not a whole lot of 5'11", unathletic white guys in the NBA, so I knew I might need another path. So coaching was what I wanted to do. I've been very fortunate to have so many people along the way that helped me realize this dream. Ed brought up mentors. There's way too many of those people for me to name, but all the people I've coached with, that I've worked for, the administrators, the coaches, the head coaches, assistant coaches, the players that I've been around over these last 23 years, back to my grade school coaches who helped get me into coaching local summer leagues. And it's funny, like I still bring some of those. I still remember in high school coaching a elementary school summer league game, and it was late in the game, and we didn't foul. We were down, and we just tried to trap and steal the ball and lost the game. I still think about that day. Like, how sad and pathetic is that? But that's what lives with me. I think about that, and those are the moments that have helped mold me as a coach. So, again, too many people to name, but thank you to all those people. You have all had an impact on me, on my coaching, on me as a father, as a husband, and I am grateful to all of them. Thank you. VCU, especially VCU men's basketball, has been synonymous with excellence. You look around at all those banners, you see the trophies, and you recognize that you are upholding a long-standing legacy. It's a legacy built on winning on the court and changing lives off of it. A legacy built by so many players, coaches, administrators, others, that over the years helped mold that legacy and add to that legacy and help it grow. I want all of you, each and every one of you in here and all of those watching, I take that very seriously. Protecting that legacy is always, always, always on my mind. And watch, we know, all of us, players, coaches, whatever we are, we know that we are very fortunate to be the caretakers of that legacy. And we understand what that means. And ultimately, as I said in a video yesterday, and you'll hear me say this a lot, this program belongs to the entire VCU community. It does not belong to me. My job is head coach, my title is head coach. Players, coaches, whatever we are. But this program belongs to all of you. This is your program. This is Richmond's program. And that college basketball thing you talked about, that Philadelphia goes a little bit outside the city limits. Here, don't go outside the city limits. You catch me. All right? But this program belongs to all of you. And our goal each and every day, above all else, is to make you proud. Is to wake up and make you proud with our work, with our effort, and what we plan to do. We plan to make you proud by bringing in highly talented individuals. But those highly talented individuals have to have high character. That is a non-negotiable for me. We have to have high character. They have to be great teammates. Ed brought up teammates. I love teammates. They have to be great teammates to each other in that locker room, on the court. But they have to be great teammates on campus, great teammates in the community. That's important to us. Again, I take that very seriously, and it's something for me in my own personal life that I strive for every day. And part of it goes back to, I don't know if I was ever the best player on any team I ever played on, maybe a couple times. But I was fortunate to be around a lot of winning, even at an early age. And the one thing I always knew is I could be a great teammate. So I come here to be a great teammate to you guys, to the staff, to the administration, to all of you, the fans, the community, the campus. I strive every day to be your teammate and to be a great teammate along the way. We want to make sure that everybody in the program is well-rounded. We want to get the best out of everybody as an athlete, as a student, and as a member of society. And my hope is that within the program we'll build genuine relationships. You'll hear that a lot from me too. I'm not really a fake relationship guy. I'm not good at that. But genuine relationships, real relationships, that means something to me. And I hope that we can build that with each and every one of us within the program. I hope we can make lifelong memories. Winning championships helps with that, fellas. When you win a championship, that's a lifelong memory. And I'll tell you, as someone who spent a lot of time in first place in the regular season in the Atlantic 10 in my career, never got to cut down that net. And when I tell you that burns me to this day, my parents will tell you. Selection Sunday, knowing we were going to be in the tournament, but we didn't get to cut down that net in, I think it was Dayton that year, I was despondent on Selection Sunday. And I love Selection Sunday. Love it. Especially when our name is called. But again, what I said, we want to help everyone realize their dreams. Every single person within the program. Players, staff, coaches, managers, we want to help all of you realize your dreams. Finally, hope I can get this out without getting any emotion out of me, but I have to thank my wonderful family. My brother Jimmy is here. Many of you know him already. And there's a high standard from Jimmy here. I know there is. And watch, I'm lucky to be in the position I am. Jimmy's better than me. He is. But, I've been told these last 24 hours several times already that we look alike. So I don't know if that's the greatest compliment he's ever gotten or the worst insult I've ever gotten. But we didn't used to look alike. He's younger than me. He lost his hair before me. But for him to be sitting here right now means a ton to me, so thank you. My parents, Phil and Judy, are here. I have been so blessed, yeah, please. I've been so blessed to have parents like you. I couldn't even get into all the ways that they've supported this dream. Many times not easy. But I'm just very blessed to have the parents I have. And the reality is all of my best qualities come from them. All of them. And it's a mix of both. When people ask me, well, how are you like your dad? Or how are you like your mom? And when I go through that list, I'm like, all their best qualities. Now, where all the bad stuff came from, I don't know, but the good stuff is certainly all from you. And one of the things that was passed on to me from my mom, which was passed on to her from her mother, my grandmother, is signs, looking around and seeing signs. So when I got in my car this year for our first scrimmage, left my house for our first scrimmage, on the radio was, got in the car, turned the car on, and on the radio was March Madness by Future. That day I knew we were going to win a championship at Bryant. I snapped the picture, I sent the picture, didn't I, right before the championship game. I said, this was written. This was written. So signs, looking for signs. So yesterday, I had to go and do the hard task of saying goodbye to the team at Bryant. And after we talked, I ran up to my office, because I knew I had to head to the airport quick, and I wanted to grab a few things from my office to bring with me. I opened up a drawer that I couldn't tell you the last time I opened up this drawer. It had to be a year, 2 years. On the very top of the drawer was this book, notepad. You can't see it back there, so these books, they give to us as coaches at the Final Four. They give to us every year. So you get one, it's a notebook, so you can go to the clinics. And this book was sitting on top of that drawer. I swear to you, all my children. The emblem on here, 2011 Final Four Houston. So if that's not a sign, and I know that was a pretty special Final Four around here. If that's not a sign of where you're meant to be and what's to come, I don't know what is. So there was probably my grandmother looking down, sending that out. My wife Megan is here. Please, yeah. She actually is the best coach in our family. To the point where I've had to institute a rule, you can't talk to me about the game after, because she'll say things and I'm like, yeah, I know, of course I saw that. And then I go back and look at the tape and be like, how the hell did she see that? She's got kids crawling over, going to the concession stand and doing this. But you mentioned championships. She did play in the Division III National Championship at Eastern Connecticut, point guard, captain. Also, along with our daughter Mara, won the Rhode Island State Championship, middle school championship last year. So that will be the hottest coaching search in Rhode Island, is trying to replace her. But you've been on this journey with me through some really tough times. And I don't want to have a viral video again. I was tired of seeing that last week on my timeline, but we've been through it. We've been through it. And you stuck by it. We found a way to make it work. And we're here now. And there's nobody I'd rather be with and be on this journey with. She also says I don't have human emotion. See, I do have emotion. It just has to be in front of a ton of people. My children, Philip, Mara, and Nathan, they could not be more excited to be here in those seats, cheering on the Rams and possibly assisting the referees with missed calls like their father will be. But as I said last week when they asked me about my family after the game, Megan knew what she was signing up for better or worse. We met at basketball camp. Her father's a coach. She's coached. She's played. She knew to some extent, knew what she was getting into. These kids, they didn't sign up for this. They were born into this. And as someone who was born into it, I know what that means. And the fact that they have been so involved, so excited, so into it. Philip knows more about you guys than I do, even already. And I've tried to dive into it as much as I can. He could tell you this, that. Nate was already telling me this guy's number, whatever. Like, they're into it. They're into it. And I'm so thankful that they get to be part of that and be around. And they'll be around you guys all the time. All the time. That family environment is very important to me. And you guys being role models for my kids is of utmost importance. But I love you all. Thank you so much for your support. So this is it. So full disclosure, right here, right now, is my first time in the Siegel Center. I've never been in the Siegel Center before until today. And here's what I've heard. I've heard that some people say that a trip to the Siegel Center is life-altering. I've just heard that maybe once or twice. I can tell you this. This day, this place, this university, these people, this is life-altering for me and my family. Thank you all, every single one of you, for your belief, your support, and go Rams. Thank you.